So most people have all kinds of unconscious needs that are unmet, and they're trying to meet those needs through following conscious goals that were implanted in them by society, by parents, by teachers, by their peers, and following those blindly, thinking that those are the real goals that they have. And in fact, the real goals aren't to make more money or to be more liked or whatever it is. The real goals are to get their needs met, the needs of security, of significance, of love, of connection, of excitement in their lives. Those are all real, universal human needs. All humans have them. And if you don't know that you have those needs and you just unconsciously follow these conscious goals that are just implanted in you from the outside, you're going to have a life of dissatisfaction. The difference between conscious goals and unconscious goals is well illustrated in that example, where your conscious goal is to create some kind of behavior, but the way in which you go about achieving that conscious goal is by searing, by further traumatizing your unconscious mind. And you store that trauma and the pain in your unconscious. And unless you deal with that in the unconscious, no further growth will happen. And in fact, you'll die inside and then outside. Hey vlog! So in Toronto, just got my beard trimmed. About to go to dinner. And here it is, Momofuku, in front of this interesting sculpture. And we've got a movie coming up, Toronto International Film Festival. Hopefully we can show you a little bit of what that looks like, just around the corner. And hopefully I'll see some of you guys in Toronto. I know a lot of you guys come to Toronto because we've already booked out most of the event. So if you're interested, there's still a couple seats left. So Freedom U Live in Toronto. So anyway, off to dinner. See ya. We're at TIFF now. Let's just get some drinks and snacks. So we're watching a movie in a concert hall.
So tell me about you. What do you do?
I teach kindergarten.
That's such a delicate thing, right? You give the kids something and then they have it forever.
So we were at the Toronto International Film Festival and we watched The Kindergarten Teacher, starring Maggie Gyllenhaal. And it was really cool because the cast and director and producers, some of the producers were there, and they came up on stage to introduce the movie. And then they hung around after the movie was over and just hung around. So that's cool. And it was at the theater. It was like the performing arts, like concert theater, where you would normally see live music being played. So that was really cool. And I love film festivals. So anyway, this movie was really good. I highly recommend it.
I think we have a young Mozart.
If you stay curious, then you can see the world however you want.
It's weird because the reviews said there were some reviews that ran the headlines as if it was some kind of like sexual predator thing. Like she was sexually interested in this little boy who was like, she considered to be an artistic genius. But that wasn't really there at all. It was more about, and this is an interesting psychological angle, which is that sometimes people take an interest in you not because you're human, but because of what you can do. And this was a really interesting thing where there was a battle between the kid's father, who wanted him to live like a kid's life of enjoying playing soccer and just playing with his friends. And she wanted to make him make the most of his poetry skills, of his artistic skills, to the point where she basically, and this is spoiler alert now, basically kidnapped him, yikes, and took it to an extreme. And it wasn't to kidnap him to have like sex with the kid or anything. It was because she wanted him to produce art. And in a way, it's sort of like if you have a chicken who can lay lots of eggs, and you just want this freaking chicken to lay eggs. You don't care about the chicken, you just want the eggs. And in fact, you know, that's actually how a lot of guys approach women. They don't actually care about who she is. They just want the eggs, so to speak, like the things she can produce, making him feel significant, make him feel enough, validation, approval, make him feel like the man, make him feel like they're a power couple, make him feel significant, ego boost, right? He wants a guy, wants a girl he can take on his arm and show off to everybody. He wants the eggs. He doesn't actually care about who she is. If she got into an accident, scarred, lost, you know, her limbs or whatever it is, right? All the physicality of it. I mean, I've asked this question to guys about the women they're dating. What are they using you for? Because a lot of times actually people are just using each other because they don't actually, they're so leading with their own needs and neuroses that it's hard for them to love and to actually genuinely connect. So it's just one false self connecting with another false self. And in this case, it was her false self and her needs for her unfulfilled poetry abilities in herself, and living through the little boy, and the little boy having his own needs, but she's just completely disregarding those needs of his and grabbing those eggs, so to speak, from the hen, from the chicken. And so sometimes guys approach not just women that way. And so, like, imagine, you know, the physicality goes away. What do you get? But also the opposite, like if the guy gets into an accident, is how long is the girl going to stick around? Well, guys really like that question. They're like, yeah, fuck the bitches, man. They're not going to stick around. The other thing is, what about you? How much are you going to stick around? How much love and connection do you actually genuinely have? Or do you just want her, you know, because she's hot and she makes you look good, and when she's with you, you feel important, significant, special, or some shit. And it's all this actually meeting your own narcissistic needs. You're actually not loving somebody. This is also why psychopaths can't love. I've just released a long lecture on that, on how psychopaths can't experience love, and how this relates to values and virtue. Go check it out if you haven't yet. But anyway, this short movie is actually pretty, I think it was like less than an hour and a half, brought up a lot of these themes. A lot deeper than I expected. We actually wanted to watch that new Ryan Gosling movie, which is also international premiere at Toronto. It was on, was it Armstrong, the Man on the Moon, which I finally watched on the plane. That was good, but this was good too. This actually, psychologically, was even deeper in my opinion. Anyway, a great little movie to get you thinking psychologically. Didn't expect that. It was a nice twist there. Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hi. Turn that. Push it to the left.
Okay, so go check it out. See ya.